is up, guys? I'm Cassie from Anchored by Books, and today we're back with another book haul. I don't know what is going on with me lately. I haven't been reading a ton. I'm reading, don't get me wrong, but I'm buying a hell of a lot more than I've been reading lately. So I have yet another flippin' book haul here. So without apologizing, or no more apologizing, how about that? Let's just jump right into it, because there's nothing wrong with buying books if you want some books. I kind of have my books kind of sectioned off a little bit. I have some that I got from the Amazon bookstore, which is a brand new thing, and I'll talk to you guys about later, or in a minute. Just some normal books that I bought, a book outlet purchase I got, and then some thrift store purchases that I found. So first I'm going to start with the Amazon bookstore. So I live in Oregon, and if you don't know, the Amazon, you guys know what Amazon is, opened up a couple of actual bookstores. So I went to the one here in Portland. It is the third one in the nation, and it was so cool. It's just this big, I mean, it looks like a bookstore. Everything, all the books, you know how I have here like some that are, the spines are just showing? At the Amazon bookstore, everything, all the covers are facing like this. So you see the covers, and honestly I think that's smart, because as much as people like to deny it, we cover buy. I mean, people cover buy. That's just what happens. So I think that's like a genius idea. The only stock books that are rated 4 stars or above on Amazon. It's a really, really cool thing. I'll definitely be going back, but I did pick up 2 books while I was there. The first one I picked up was Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. Danielle? Definitely Daniel. I've never heard of this book before, but I wanted to pick up something that I've never heard of. I wanted to pick up some things that, you know, be different for me. This I got in the YA section, and from what I can understand, it's about a boy that has a very unusually low IQ. There's some sort of medical experiment that he wants to take part in to help higher his IQ. So I thought that was really interesting, and it did have lots of good reviews, not only on Amazon, but on Goodreads as well. So I just thought I'd give it a try. If you guys ever heard of this book, let me know, because it seems to be a pretty well-known book. I also picked up Slade House by David Mitchell. David Mitchell is also the author that wrote The Bone Clock, which I haven't read, but this is a very interesting sounding. First off, the cover is like awesome. It's about this boy and his mom. I think it's a boy and his mom who end up going to this house, so to say, and I guess there's something like very secret about it, like people go in but they don't come out. So I'm not really sure what that is all about. I read a little bit of it, and they went into this place, and it seems pretty cool. So far I don't know why people wouldn't come out, but this book is just so mysterious to me. It's so mysterious. I saw it on Barnes & Noble a couple of months ago, and I was like, I need to get this book. I decided not to, and then I saw it at the Amazon bookstore, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. So my next section are just some books that I decided to pick up. First one I have here is The Girl Who Chased the Moon by Sarah Addison Allen. So I went to my bookstore and I wanted to pick up a couple of things just because it's been a while. I asked for a good adult fiction book. I've been trying to broaden my horizons and read more adult things. One of the ladies that worked there recommended this to me. From what I know, it's about a girl, I'm currently reading it right now, about a girl whose mother dies and she moves in with her grandpa, who she didn't know existed, and it just kind of goes from there. She's 17 years old. She has to live in this house for a year. When I was reading the beginning of this book, she dedicated it to the tallest man to like ever be, you know, recorded or whatever. And from what I understood, her grandpa is extremely tall too. I don't know, it's kind of intertwines 2 people's stories. Our main character Emily, and then a girl named Julie, I think. I'm still not quite sure how they intertwine yet. I also picked up The Vegetarian by Han Kang. This has been getting a lot of buzz around BookTube. It's about a woman. This is translated from Korean. Is it translated from Korean? Hold, please. I do not want to get that wrong. Translated from Korean by Deborah Smith. So I've also read a little bit of this, but I put it down. This is supposed to be a really creepy book about a woman who decides, she has a dream, and then she decides to go vegetarian. I've heard it's terrifying, so I heard it was terrifying, I'm like, sign me up. I also picked up Heartless by Marissa Mayer. This is, of course, pretty sure everyone knows about this. This is Marissa Mayer's newest release. She is the author that wrote the Lunar Chronicles. Her thing is to take fairy tales and reimagine them, twist them around and make them something different. And this one is a retelling of The Queen of Hearts, so Alice in Wonderland is what I'm assuming. I've only read one of Stephenie Meyer's books, but I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna pick this one up. And another thing about this book is that, look at that! Wow! Wow! Impressive. My mother-in-law bought The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins a while ago. She tried to read it, she didn't like it, so she gave it to me. I've never read this book, and I've never seen the movie, so I don't really know exactly what the deal is. I've been starting to get into psychological thrillers, so I'm excited to pick this one up sometime in the future. I also picked up Wolf by Ryan Groden. From what I know about this is a YA kind of historical fiction kind of thing about this person decides to go on this race, and the winner gets to meet Hitler, and they want to kill Hitler. So it's a World War II sort of. It says, what if the Nazis won the war? Okay. So I guess it's if World War II didn't go the way that it did and it went the complete opposite, Hitler won. Wow. I must not have realized that. That sounds really intriguing. I also picked up Jack the Ripper by Carrie Maniscalco. I don't know how to pronounce your name, girl. I'm sorry. I don't know if she is like portraying Jack the Ripper or what, but I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of things about it. Neither good nor bad, just kind of like, you know, like neutral things. But I wanted to pick it up myself and see what I thought of it. Next, I have the books that I got from a book outlet purchase, and we'll jump into that one. First one I have is We Bared Our Souls by Willa Strayhorn, excuse me. This is a YA about 5 teenagers who go to this bonfire and do this sort of, I don't know if I want to say ritual. It says ritual right here, I guess. Suddenly, all their lives are kind of swapped around, and they all have to deal with each other's problems. I don't know, honestly, the cover sold me on this one. Also picked up None of the Above by I.W. Gregorio. I've been wanting to try to read some more diverse books because after the whole diverse discussion that is currently even still going on, I took a look at my bookshelf and I was like, you know what, I really don't have very many diverse books, and it kind of shocked me, to tell you the truth. I thought I was a little more well-rounded than that, but it turned out I wasn't. So I thought I'd remedy that and try to pick up some diverse reads. And this is about a girl. This looks like your ordinary girl, and then she finds out she's agender. Is that what it is? She's intersex. Yeah, a girl named Kristen she visits the doctor and finds out she's intersex. To tell you the truth, I'm not quite sure what that means. I really wanted to start broadening my horizons when it comes to reading. So I thought this would help me with that. I also picked up Boy Snow Bird, but this kind of reminds me of a Cinderella retelling almost, because it is about a stepmother who notices she's just being a bitch, and she wants to kind of remedy that. Her name is Boy, so our main character's name is Boy, and then she gives birth to her daughter named Bird. And then, like, there are some African Americans passing for white. There's definitely a bunch of diversity in this novel. Yeah, it sounded really, really interesting to me, so I wanted to pick it up. Let me see if I can give you a better synopsis about this. In the winter of 1953, Boy Novak arrives by chance in a small town of Massachusetts looking, she believes, for beauty, the opposite of life she left behind in New York. She marries Arturo Whitman, a local widower, and becomes a stepmother to his winsome daughter, Snow. A wicked stepmother is a creature Boy never imagined she'd become, but elements of familiar tale of aesthetic obsession begin to play themselves out when the birth of Boy's daughter, Bird, who is dark-skinned, exposes the Whitmans as light-skinned African Americans passing for white. Individually and together, Boy, Snow, and Bird confront the tyranny of the mirror to ask how much power surfaces really hold. I also picked up Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. This is about a girl who works in the film industry, and I think she finds out that she's lesbian. So this once again kind of is help opening my doors in regards to diversity. The next one I got is The Boy Who Drew Monsters by Kenneth Donahue. I saw this book a while ago, and I've had it on my radar for quite a while, and I saw it go on Book Outlet, and I decided to finally pick it up. This is about a boy, a 10-year-old Jack, who is deathly afraid to leave his home, and he decides to start drawing monsters, and it turns out that these monsters come to life somehow. So that sounds super intriguing. I don't think I've ever really read anything like that. It reminds me of that SpongeBob episode, you know, where he like has the magic pencils and the SpongeBob's like, oh, and that's what it reminds me of. That's so embarrassing. I also picked up Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This book has been floating all over around BookTube. It is a post-apocalyptic novel about a class of students, I think, that perform Shakespeare. hope I'm not wrong there, but I love post-apocalyptic type novels, and I've just heard nothing but amazing things about this. I also picked up Everything That Makes You by Mariah McStay. This is about a girl who has a deformity, I'm pretty sure on her face, and I'm sure it's about her coming to terms with her body and realizing that, I'm hoping anyway, that what she looks like doesn't matter and that she's beautiful on the inside. I also picked up What We Saw by Aaron, I can't even read his last name, Hartzler. I know that Jesse from Jesse the Reader really liked this book. About a girl who went to this party and I don't know if maybe someone got raped or something. It's about them trying to unravel kind of what happened that night. I also picked up Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. This book has kind of what I've gotten from it. It's about, you know, there's like Harry Potter, there's the kids from Narnia, and they go to these magical worlds, but what happens when they come back? This follows that story. What happens when the kids from the magical world come back into real life? And that sounded super intriguing. However, I have not heard very good things about this. And last but not least, on my book outlet haul thing, I got The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. To tell you the truth, I'm really not sure what this is about. I saw it on Book Outlet and I decided to look up some reviews for it, and I got some pretty good reviews. I'm a little confused by what it's about. Carolyn's not so different from the other people around her. She likes guacamole and cigarettes and steak. She knows how to use a phone. Clothes are a bit tricky, but everyone says nice things about her outfit with Christmas sweater over gold blah blah blah. But before her parents died, before she and the others were taken in by a man they call Father. So I guess it's about her and some other children that were taken when they were kids, and now they're being raised by this man they call Father. That sounds crazy to me, and I'm not really sure where the story's gonna go, because I'm assuming she's an adult now if she's smoking cigarettes. I'm assuming so. But yeah, I've never heard anyone talk about this on BookTube, so I really just wanted to give it a try for myself. And last but not least, I'm going to show you some books that I picked up at my thrift shop. First off, I got Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. This is an ARC, and it has a bookmark in it. That's kind of cool. I went to my local bookstore on Halloween, and they were giving out some ARCs, and I decided to snatch this one up. I have never read a Jennifer Niven book. She wrote All the Bright Places. Yes, All the Bright Places. And this one follows, actually kind of interesting, an overweight teen and a guy who has face blindness, which is an actual disease. So that sounds really, really interesting to me. I know this book had a lot of controversy around it when it first came out. I think the blurb on the back, there was something about the blurb on the back, but I'm gonna give it a try for myself and just see how I like it. This one I was so surprised to see at a thrift store. This 1000th Floor by Katharine McGee. I got this new release for $5, and it looks brand spanking new. So from what I understand, it's about 4 or 5 different characters. They live or they just work on this building that has 1,000 floors, and that sounds terrifying. Sounds so scary. Just imagine being like 1,000 floors. The tallest I've ever been is on the new One World Trade Center, and that was 1,776 feet tall. So I can't even imagine being 1,000 floors in the air. And to continue on with my diverse reads, I also picked up The Kite Runner and 1,000 Splendid Suns. I feel like everyone read The Kite Runner in high school, and I never had to. So I've never read anything kind of based in the Afghan areas. I think this one takes place in Afghanistan. I'm not too sure about the second one, but I have never read anything about that. My dad was actually in the military for 20 years. He never actually went to Afghanistan. He did do a couple tours in like the Gulf War and stuff like that, but it's something that I never thought I would ever want to read about. And this discussion of diversity really, I want to read about it. I want to know about all the different kinds of people. And last but not least, I picked up American Gods by Neil Gaiman. This is about a man who gets out of jail, finds out that his wife has remarried. I think she remarried. So he goes on this trip with a guy named Mr. Wednesday. And they go on a trip throughout the United States, and it's kind of about their journey. I've heard really, really good things. I read the first page or two of this when I was in the bookstore, and for some reason it just completely captivated me, so I had to pick it up for $3. I mean, come on. Come on! So that's it for this video. Let's see. I really don't think I'm able to pick all these up, but let's give it a try. No, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. You guys should see this pile right now. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, can you see that? Okay, well, I'm picking them up. This actually isn't as bad as I thought, to tell you the truth. That's it for this video, guys. I would say there's gonna be no book hauls coming soon, but let's be real, I'm sure. Is that a book I forgot? No. I saw a book sitting on my counter and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot a book, but I didn't forget a book. That's a different book. That is it for this video, guys. I will see you next time. Bye!